Hey guys, Damian here with your daily dose of Damian number 3. Now today's topic is nutrition, and of course our guest star Lola here is very well versed in nutrition. It's one of her favorite topics. Right now I have a carrot, so she's going nuts. It's one of her favorite snacks, if you will. So sit. Give me a paw. There we go. Perfect. We're all that well trained, right? And we're like carrots, because we all know I don't. So, going with that, the 3 topics we're talking about today is water intake, caffeine, overall food intake, and how TDEE relates to that, which we will expand into. So, first topic we're going to talk about is water, right? Now, I've always been talking a lot about water and how it's important, especially if you do a sport that you have to sweat a lot and you lose a lot of electrolytes and fluids. It's very important to replenish for many reasons, which I read in the email, right? Now, we have no excuse. We're sitting at home. We have availability to drink water, and we have the availability to be in the comfort of our home. So now we should be able to increase our intake and not really worry about it as much. So there's no excuse now. So that's one. Going off the email, I read a little bit of strategies and a little bit of tips going off of that. And so if you want to expand on that, you can reach out to me. And number 2, we talked about caffeine, right? Lola. There we go. Okay, stop crying a little bit. Number 2, we talk about caffeine, right? And now we're getting the chance to sleep 7 to 8 hours, and we might not be waking up as early. So most of the time we're drinking caffeine because we need it to keep us going, or it's part of our ritual. Now we don't necessarily have to wake up that early, or we also don't have to necessarily be that tired. So we need to make sure that we have enough caffeine that we fill in our ritual. I'm not saying not to, and we make sure we keep up everything, but we can't have too much. The minute you have too much, if you have your 3 or 4 cups that you normally have, that's going to become a problem. You're going to become dehydrated. I would try first, when you're dehydrated, I would try drinking more water first. Or if I feel like if you're fatigued, I would drink more water first, because you're probably dehydrated. Alright, and then the last point, which is probably the most important, is the overall food intake, right? So now we're definitely not burning as much as we used to, because we're not walking around, we're not walking to the train, we're not going to grocery store as much, and we're not walking around the block or work, all of that. So we're not going to be burning as much as we normally do. So we need to be mindful of that. We need to make sure that we eat enough that we're balanced out. We need to balance out what's called our TDEE, which is our total daily energy expenditure, which means how much we're burning in a day with how much we're intaking, right? If we're in the middle, in homeostasis, that means we're not gaining any weight and we're not losing. But if we start having too much and we're a surplus, we start gaining weight. If we're at a negative, we start losing weight. So for some of us who are trying to lose weight, it might be a good time to just make sure to monitor that and make sure we're below a certain number, and we might have to adjust. But for right now, if we want to maintain, just try to make sure that number's even, right? Part of that too is making sure that you're mindful of how much activity you do in the day, and knowing that if you're sitting most of the day and not really moving or working out, you should have to limit yourself a little bit more. Now, a couple of strategies to help out a little bit, let's say with drinking water, is you want to make sure that you also have a little bit of, let's say, juice and sodium in your water also, because it will help with hydration, right? Most of the time, if we're using the bathroom a lot and it's clear, it means it's not actually, we're just peeing out the water. We're not actually being hydrated. So our goal is to make sure that we actually hold that on, and we need to drink some sodium with that, eat some sodium with that. Shh. Sorry, she can't wait to go out after this video. Going off of that, hey, next strategy is making sure that your meals, you're either going to have small meals, like little ones throughout the day, or you're going to have 2 bigger ones, almost like intermittent fasting, which is going to come on the next video. Part of that is knowing that you want to pick which strategy you use. I wouldn't say that you want to have your 3 big meals, because that might be too much, but you want to pick and choose and find what naturally works for you. Alright? Now, if you have any questions off nutrition, you know where to find me. I love this stuff, and this is obviously, I'm no expert or dietitian nutritionist, but this is one of the things that I kind of learned a lot of. So you can reach out to me. We could talk strategy or anything you may need. So thanks for everything, and sorry about Lola being very whiny. Have a good Saturday.